Dear friends, very good morning to you all. The research topic is on PAC, powdered activated carbon, and microfiltration, submerged microfiltration hybrid system for wastewater treatment. This research was conducted last year at Chennai National University in Guangzhou. Low pressure microfiltration, ultrafiltration membrane are emerging technologies for wastewater treatment and is widely applied for wastewater treatment. However, the main objective or the challenge is to minimize fouling, especially for low pressure membranes. So, powdered activated carbon has been widely accepted as an adsorbent to be used as a hybrid process along with membrane microfiltration or ultrafiltration membrane system. Currently, while using powdered activated carbon, research has been conducted using PAC as an adsorbent as a pre-treatment to membrane process, and also using PAC in a biological process, biological powdered activated carbon and membrane hybrid system. This study, I will discuss briefly about the important key factor of this study was to investigate how we apply the powdered activated carbon with membrane is very important to determine, to reduce, minimize fouling and to improve the organic removal from wastewater. I will briefly discuss the study. There are three kinds of application of powdered activated carbon, three methods of applying using membrane process. First, PAC as a pre-treatment before membrane using calcium chloride, and then followed by membrane microfiltration process. The second case is using powdered activated carbon along with the membrane process in a single stage membrane hybrid system. The third case is a new technology being developed by our laboratory by using powdered activated carbon, by coating the membrane with powdered activated carbon before treating wastewater. Our target is to achieve maximum organic removal from the wastewater and to minimize fouling as much as possible. Okay. The first case is, as I mentioned, by using PAC and along with calcium chloride. This is also a new method of applying PAC. Usually PAC is applied as an adsorbent here, just PAC alone. But we have tried using calcium chloride together with powdered activated carbon with the mechanism of with the intention to remove the organic carbon by the mechanism of charge neutralization and precipitation, and after that taking the supernatant from the top clear water into membrane process. The second case is as a single stage membrane process where PAC is added into the membrane separation tank, where adsorption and membrane process is carried out in a single reaction tank. The third stage is a new method where we have coated the PAC on the membrane surface before using it for the wastewater treatment. This is also a single stage treatment process. We have studied three different powdered activated carbon. We have wood based, coal based and coconut based. They have different particle size which can affect the membrane process. So we have studied three different types of powdered activated carbon. This is a small scale laboratory scale experiment with a very small surface area with 10 module hydrofiltration, hydrophilic polyethylene membrane with a pore size of 0.4 micrometer. With the wastewater is a secondary treated wastewater from a residential complex steam 1-2 and with the organic content of 4.6 ppm. The experiment, I will discuss briefly the final results of the three cases. This is the first case where the single stage adsorption process membrane hybrid system. We have studied where the PAC powdered activated carbon is applied into the added into the membrane separation tank. It was found that the maximum efficiency of organic removal was about 70%, and it varied with different PAC type and different PAC amounts. These amounts we have found to be the optimum for maximum removal, considering the organic removal and the permeate flux. We have tried several other concentrations of powdered activated carbon, but either it was not so efficient in organic removal or it increased the permeate flux. So this was found to be the optimum concentration of PAC. The second case is using powdered activated carbon and calcium chloride as a pre-treatment. We have tried the initial, the experimental method was similar to the coagulation experiments, where we have mixed rapid mixing and slow mixing followed by settling for 1 hour at different concentrations. We have chosen the same optimum concentration as the previous experiment to compare the performance. The initial raw water wastewater absorbance. This is the measure for measuring the organic content absorbance, where UV254. We have also measured the TOC value, but I have not produced it. But absorbance value is 0.14, the turbidity is 15 MTU. So after the combined wastewater and the respective amounts of carbon or activated carbon, this is the final, after the settling period, this was found to be the removal, organic removal and the turbidity removal. As you can see, the turbidity removal was not efficient. But when we added calcium chloride, respective amounts, these amounts of calcium chloride weight percentage were determined based on the charge, the net charge in the waste of the particle in the wastewater using zeta potential experiments, and this was found to be the total charge was found when we used this concentration of PAC and the corresponding amount of calcium chloride. The charge was found to be minimum due to charge neutralization, and hence the absorbance value was the removal of organic removal was greater, and the turbidity was also significantly removed, as you can see. For the same amount of powdered activated carbon, when we add calcium chloride, the amount of turbidity declined from 10 or around 10 to less than 0.1, less than 1 NTU. We have tried several other combinations of calcium chloride, but when we decreased this PAC dose, it was not effective as the turbidity increased. So the optimum was found to be so much. The third case, this is at the optimum value of calcium powdered activated carbon. This was the flux. As you can see, the permeate flux was not high decline. It was very reasonable. Permeate flux did not decline. But when we decrease the powdered activated carbon, the total charge is not is very high. It's almost positive or not neutral. So the flux decline was more severe. And the third case was using a new technology of coating the membrane using powdered activated carbon before the wastewater treatment. This, as you can see, there's three cases here. The first case is adding powdered activated carbon in the tank So we have tried different concentrations of PAC, and these are the organic removal and efficiency, organic removal efficiency, and the amount of flux decline here. The second case is the coated powder activated carbon. When the amount of coating on the membrane surface for this surface area, the corresponding amount of coating on the membrane, it was found to be the flux decline was high because when we used low coating, but at higher coating, the flux decline was prevented and organic removal was very high. When we added the coating on the membrane and a little small amount of PAC in the tank as well, this is the amount of coated membrane PAC on the membrane, the flux decline was almost nil, no flux decline, and also the organic removal was very high. More studies we are conducting some more studies to optimize this system. Yeah. Conclusion the PAC hybrid system. What this study highlights is how we apply the powder activated carbon is very important and critical to prevent membrane fouling and to increase the organic removal from the wastewater. So we have found that addition of calcium chloride and powder activated carbon was very effective for organic removal. But it is to be noted that calcium chloride and powder activated carbon has to be used in a particular amount so that the charge is zero. Where if there is overdose of calcium chloride, the efficiency declines significantly. And finally, the PAC coated membrane was found to be very effective for organic removal and membrane